So as I'm here breastfeeding my daughter, I want to do a video focus on breastfeeding, formula, milk storage, and making a freezer stash and all that stuff, because there's a lot of things that you need to know, whether you're breastfeeding, you're formula feeding, or anything. So with that being said, let's get into this video. And first off, I want to talk about, as long as your baby is fed and happy, you are good. It doesn't matter if you're breastfeeding or formula feeding. I don't feel like anyone is better than any other, or anyone is superior than the other. So formula or breast, whichever one you choose, a fed baby is a happy baby. If you want a good experience breastfeeding, I will say start creating healthy habits from when you are pregnant, like drinking a lot of water. This is going to help you tremendously when you start breastfeeding. And I would suggest regular water and coconut water, and some people suggest even body armor, but I'm not a body armor girl. But those are what I recommend. Create healthy habits while you're pregnant. So I'm gonna start out with breastfeeding first, and I'm gonna say, when you're full term, you want to ask your OBGYN or your doctor if you can start collecting colostrum, or even if you're a little bit earlier than full term and you want to induce your labor, you can ask your OBGYN if you can collect colostrum. And sometimes if your baby comes early and you're in the NICU, you're going to have to end up collecting colostrum either way. So I feel like if you're full term and you want to be ahead of the curve, ahead of the game, you ask your OBGYN if they will clear you to collect some colostrum, and you can do that. And if you're planning to breastfeed in the hospital, your breast milk takes 3 to 5 days to come in. So if you collected colostrum while you were pregnant, it's going to be easy to supplement your baby with that breast milk until your breast milk fully comes in. And this is not a science, this is not everybody. Some people breast milk come in before they even give birth, but majority of women, breast milk takes 3 to 5 days to come in. So if you can supplement with colostrum, if you don't want to give formula, that is great. For me personally, when I was in the hospital, my priority was breastfeeding. If I breastfed her and I felt like she was still hungry, she was still not happy, I supplemented with formula. And you can bring your own formula, or you can get formula from the hospital. I suggest Kendamil or Booby. Those are two very good brands, or Similac 360, because that's personally what I gave my child from birth. So you're breastfeeding, you're going to be breastfeeding every 2 to 3 hours on demand in the hospital. So please be aware of that. Even throughout the night, you are required to breastfeed that baby every 2 to 3 hours. And before you leave, they're going to check their glucose level, and if their glucose level is not where it's supposed to be, they're going to ask you if they can supplement that baby with formula, and that's for your baby own safety. Please know that the first 2 weeks of breastfeeding is absolutely hell. I know a lot of people like to glamorize breastfeeding and act like it's the best thing since sliced bread, but the first 2 weeks are absolutely hell. Maybe even 3 weeks, they're absolutely hell, because your nipples are sore, they're burning, they feel like they're on fire every time you latch your baby. It's going to be hell, and a lot of people can't go through with breastfeeding, especially those first 2 weeks. But I will say it gets greater later, because to soothe your baby, to feed your baby, all you have to do from that point on is to just latch your baby, and it becomes very easier than probably making a bottle. I will be the first to tell you that breastfeeding can be overstimulating, and sometimes you will be overwhelmed. When you're breastfeeding, please ensure that you're getting enough protein and you're eating enough food, because all of your breast milk and your feeding is going to your child, all the nutrients, everything that you eat. So you need to make sure that you're eating enough protein and drinking enough water. And make sure you have your nipple pads, whether that is disposable or washable or a collection cup, those first few weeks of breastfeeding, because you're going to be engorged, you're going to be overflowing, because your body is trying to regulate how much milk you need to produce to feed your baby. So sometimes your boobs are just going to be overflowing with milk. And I personally love milk collection cups because I can save the milk and give it to my daughter. None of this milk goodness is wasting over here at all. Using breast shells and using a silicone pump are two different things. Silicone pump, you are actively trying to take milk out, and using a milk collector is you're just passively getting milk that is coming out your boob. I love a regular milk collector because you just stick it in your bra and you're passively collecting the milk. And a lot of people love the Haka brand. I absolutely do not like the brand. I would much rather regular silicone milk collectors. The Haka silicone milk collector, the ladybug one, is too big and too bulky. Then the breast milk pump I just do not like personally. I will say the Haka Petal Soft silicone milk collector are my favorite, and just a regular cheap milk collector from Amazon. So let's talk about bottle feeding a bottle, and that is one of the most important tasks. I don't think a lot of people understand the amount of research and the amount of videos and the amount of things that we watch when we're picking bottles for our newborn. And I will say the best bottle for me personally, and the one that I recommend, is the Avent glass bottle or the Even Flow glass bottle. I don't have a problem with using plastic here and there, but feeding my baby, I would rather use glass. And the best nipple, and I feel like this is even more research, even more time have to go into this. Your nipple have to pass the triangle test, and basically the triangle test is going to make sure that that nipple has a great shape and it's shaped like a breast nipple, and it won't cause your baby to have nipple confusion. And if you're trying to combo feed breast and do breast and bottle so other people can help you feed the baby, it has to pass a triangle test. And the one nipple that I recommend by doctors, lactation consultant, everyone, is the Even Flow wide neck nipple, and that's what I give my baby. I combo the glass Avent bottles with the Even Flow wide neck nipples, and they are a match made in heaven. I actually combo feed now, and I'll get into that later, because I wanted her dad to be able to help feed her, so I'm not the only one that's directly responsible for her nutrition at all times. So if I felt like leaving or going somewhere, she still would be fed. If you're bottle feeding with your own pumped fresh breast milk, it lasts outside room temperature for 4 hours. So if you're freshly pumping that milk, 4 hours, and I think that's amazing. If you put it in the fridge, it lasts 4 days in the fridge. If you take it out the fridge, you warm it up, or you let it get back to room temperature, it only lasts 2 hours. So if you put that bottle in the fridge, take it out, and it goes to room temperatures, 2 hours. If you take the bottle out that's cold and you warm it up to give that baby a bottle, it only lasts 2 hours max. If you're freezing breast milk now, that lasts 6 to 12 months. So let's talk about pumping and storing now. So if you're pumping your own breast milk, I would definitely suggest, first and foremost, a hospital grade, but I can't emphasize this enough, a hospital grade pump. And the one that I suggest, and I've been suggesting this my whole newborn stage, is Spectra S1, the blue one that you can carry with you, that you don't have to be plugged in a wall with. The pink one you have to be plugged in a wall with. So take my advice, get the blue one. to help you create a supply that can feed your child. And if you're trying to create an oversupply to put some away in your fridge, it will help you. Get a hospital grade pump. And as far as wearable, I heard that Mom Cozy has some good ones, and the Spectra warming one, and also Mom Med. Those are the three that I've heard good things about, and those are the three that I'm planning on trying once I have to go back. And those are the three that I'm planning on actually trying once I have to go back to school. So yeah, I will definitely come back and give you guys my review on those. If you have any wearable suggestions that you love, wearable breast pump that you love and that you stand by, please comment in the comment section. If you're bottle feeding with formula and you mix that formula only lasts 2 hours also. So let's get into milk storage, because there's a lot to know about milk storage. For me personally, the best milk storage bags are the lanolin milk storage bags. I've tried plenty, and a lot of the other ones just do not work for me. They're too thick, they're too bulky, they don't close properly, they don't lay flat enough for me. The lanolin is the best milk storage bags in my opinion. And the first things first, when you are doing milk storage, feed your baby, don't feed your fridge. Feed your baby and don't feed the fridge. If you can only effectively collect 1 ounce of milk and store it, do that. I know you guys see these pump and pour videos of these women with an oversupply that's saving like 56 ounces and 28 ounces, and that is not going to be everyone's story. You'll probably just have just enough to save 1 to 2 ounces, and that is fine. Those 1 to 2 ounces will add up, especially if you're consistent in actually storing that milk. A tip for me personally is, if your baby is only eating from one boob, use the next boob to save the milk from the next boob and make sure it doesn't go to waste, or it's not just sitting there and then you're gonna be leaking out that boob. So pump out the milk out of that boob and you should be fine. Another tip is you should pump your boobs after your baby has already eaten. It's going to regulate your milk, and it's also going to build your milk supply. When you're pumping, also make sure that your milk is completely emptied out of both your boobs, and you should be fine in building a supply. The next tip is you can do the pitcher method. So what the pitcher method is, you get your milk for 4 days and you store that milk for 4 days in your fridge, and once it hit that 4th day, you're going to put that milk in the freezer. I personally do not love the pitcher method and I don't use it, but a lot of women find that it's easier and it's more simpler to do if you want to store breast milk in your freezer. So, and you are going to date that pitcher for the first day that you put that milk in. So for example, the first load of milk that you put in the pitcher is February 1st. You are gonna save milk until February 4th. And then February 4th comes by, you take all that milk that you have saved through all those days and you're going to put them in the freezer for February 1st. And in the freezer, they're going to last 6 to 12 months, or in the deep freezer. One big reason I don't use the pitcher method, a lot of people that I've seen on social media that do the pitcher method, when they defrost their milk, they end up having high lipase milk, and what basically that means is their milk smells weird to their baby, or it has like a high funky smell, and then their baby refuses to take it. and a lot of times they have to put vanilla in it, or they have to scald it or something to make it smell better for their baby to drink it. And that's one of the reasons why I don't do the pitcher method. So basically, for me and storing and saving breast milk in the freezer, I do 24 hours. So if I pump my milk and it stays in the fridge for 24 hours, I'm not leaving it in the fridge beyond 24 hours. I'm taking it out sometimes that same day or 24 hours later, and I'm putting it in the freezer. I would suggest you not do the pitcher method. I would suggest you store it 1 to 6 ounces of milk, especially if you're using the lanolin storage bags, because it will allow you to create flat milk bricks, and you can also put them in pencil cases so that they lay super flat. And once you get 10 to 12 bags or 10 to 12 bricks of milk, you're gonna get a freezer bag, and you're gonna put it in that freezer bag, and you are going to close that freezer bag and date it and time it. And some people put how many ounces total. So Anticipates mamas want to talk, and my video is finished. Let me make sure that I don't have anything else to have. So with that being said, those are my tips and tricks for breastfeeding, formula feeding. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces. I would suggest you using and some people put how many ounces of milk. Yes. And some people even put how many ounces of milk is in the bag. I did not know people could call you on Google. Is because a lot of people, or a lot of persons that I've seen, especially online, hi mommy, hi girly. And so far I have used 1 bag of my milk that I've stored, and it is great. I haven't had any high lipase issues. But if you are struggling with high lipase issues with your milk and storing it, I would suggest not doing it. Yes, you talking mommy, and yes, and yes mommy.